The CRM user group community, and it's meant to be the single most important communication channel for the user community to Microsoft. The user group offerings include educational materials, and all of the members benefit from their annual user group conference, the CRMUG Summit. The goal of the summit is to help members with tools, content, expertise, and resources that are needed in order to achieve your CRM goals. With that in mind, its members are at the forefront of the content and strategy. Sumit and I had a wonderful opportunity to attend the chapter leadership training that took place the very first day of the conference, Monday the 12th, and we follow that with the leadership reception, but what happens in Reno will definitely stay in Reno, but if you want details and or pictures, I'll be more than happy to share. But that's for another presentation. The leadership training allowed us with other leaders and develop a roadmap to create a chapter here in our area. I'm proud to say that IOTAP is now a chapter leader, and we've created a CRMUG chapter here in our area, and we're in the planning stages of our kickoff session, which is taking place in February 2016. And it's meant to be the single most important communication channel for the user community to Microsoft. The user group offerings include educational materials, and all of the members benefit from their annual user group conference, the CRMUG Summit. The goal of the summit is to help members with tools, content, expertise, and resources that are needed in order to achieve your CRM goals. With that in mind, its members are at the forefront of the content and strategy. Sumit and I had a wonderful opportunity to attend the chapter leadership training that took place the very first day of the conference, Monday the 12th, and we follow that with the leadership reception, but what happens in Reno will definitely stay in Reno, but if you want details and or pictures, I'll be more than happy to share. But that's for another presentation. The leadership training allowed us with other leaders and develop a roadmap to create a chapter here in our area. I'm proud to say that IOTAP is now a chapter leader, and we've created a CRMUG chapter here in our area, and we're in the planning stages of our kickoff session, which is taking place in February 2016. We'll cover a little bit more of that towards the end of our presentation, but at this point, let's go ahead and move on to the keynote and Microsoft's direction with CRM 2016. During the CRMUG keynote, we learned from Microsoft's General Manager, Bill Patterson, that intelligent customer engagement and customer service is the key focus in CRM 2016. I'll repeat that for you. Intelligent customer engagement and customer service are the key focus areas in CRM 2016. Sumit and I previewed the upcoming 2016 release, and it showed that Microsoft is firmly focused on the future of customer service. This was fueled by acquisitions in knowledge, portals with ADX Studio, field service, and gamification, including voice of the customer for customer surveys, all aimed to create one of the most comprehensive service solutions available. Now, Microsoft began this journey in customer service with the native CRM capabilities for case management. They expanded this with knowledge management and self-service capabilities with the acquisition of Parature and Field One. Beyond these areas, there's also great investment in Microsoft social engagement. CRM 2016 has added SMS as a marketing channel to the multi-channel campaigns, increasing the sources and sentiment languages for social engagement, and introducing a concept of intelligent social with social selling, automated triage, and adaptive sentiment. Now, those are just some of the highlights of the keynote, but at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Sumit Balani to give us an overview of some of the top features, which I know you're excited about. Please keep in mind, we're available to follow up this presentation on a one-on-one basis should you need to dive in deeper into the features. Also mentioning, we are planning a lunch and learn session next month in December, in which we'll actually demonstrate all of the features available with CRM 2016. At this point, I'm going to hand things over to Sumit Balani.
Thank you, Nadia. I am Sumit Balani. I am a senior CRM consultant at IOTAP, working with Microsoft CRM since past 4 years. Some of you in the call would have already interacted with me before. Today I will be giving a brief overview of some of the interesting CRM 2016 features which would be available next month. The features I would be covering are CRM app for Outlook, guided help, document management capabilities, document generation, IoTab one-click PDF, knowledge management everywhere, enhanced searching experience, mobile enhancements, and voice of the customers. So now let's kick off the CRM 2016 features with CRM app for Outlook. Dynamics CRM app for Outlook is a new lightweight application. This has already been released in preview in the last few months, and it would be available as fully featured in the fall release. In this preview mode, it had a very limited support. However, in fall release, it would be supported across wider platforms like 2016, Outlook 2016, IE11, Firefox. And most interesting of all is that it would be supported across phones and tablets. Now, as you can see in the screen, the top section has the tracking bar, basically asking, would you like to track this email? And bottom section is displaying the contextual information of the person who has sent this email. So basically, it searches this email in CRM, and if a contact exists, then it displays this information. In this example, we can see Nancy Anderson is a contact in CRM, and it shows some information about Nancy, like the upcoming activities, past activities. The next two my active cases and associated opportunities are actually configurable. These are the first two subgrids in the contact form, which can be configurable. Now, this is the view of what it would look like in phones. This is basically the view has been reformatted for a vertical layout. One point to note here is that the tracking feature is not available in the mobile application. It is available across mobile browsers. So it is supported across many platforms. Now, the next feature that we would like to discuss is guided help. We all know that user adoption is a very big challenge. So whether it is onboarding of new users or introducing existing users to newer functionalities, training and onboarding assistance can be very helpful. Guided Help is an in-product training platform that allows us to create and deliver live interactive guidance for users. This can be very useful for giving just-in-time assistance and leading users, maybe coaching them along certain processes. Guided Help consists of three components. The first one is the tool Content Designer. This is the tool where you design the Connect content experience. You select where you want the help to appear, what context, what user role, which pages, and which UI elements. The content can be shown in steps, which are like bubbles. So you can see in this example that at the top, the bubble is showing take a quick tour. And this is basically, this is a chain of bubbles. And when the user clicks on next, you would be shown the second bubble. The other way of showing the content is using the sidebar. In the sidebar, all the information, all the training materials are shown in the list, and user can start with any one of them. The next component is basically the user experience. It is the runtime experience for the end user. The third component of this module is the analytics. Analytics dashboard shows us how things are working. For example, which is the most viewed on help topic. A point to note here is that this is available only in CRM Online. The next feature that we would like to discuss is the document management capabilities, which have been added in 2016. We know that as of now, SharePoint is the only document management option available in Microsoft CRM. The 2016 release brings in more capabilities like OneDrive for Business, Office 365 groups. Now let's start with OneDrive for Business. The key aspect of OneDrive for Business is that it is in addition to the current SharePoint document integration. In SharePoint, the documents are public by nature. You share with the team, collaborate on it, and if you need to restrict access, then you will just use a SharePoint group. However, in OneDrive, it is the other way around. Documents are stored privately until you share them and make public. So OneDrive would be useful for documents that are temporary or files that start private and then maybe need collaboration in future. Some points to note here is that OneDrive is for personal private storage. So when the user is leaving the organization, these documents will not be accessible. Some positive points for OneDrive for Business is that the files get automatically synced into the desktop client. Also, there is an unlimited storage capacity if you're using OneDrive for Business. Presently, it's 1 terabyte. In this screenshot, you are seeing a consolidated view of all documents which are shown in one place. So basically, it shows the documents for OneDrive from SharePoint as well as from Office 365 groups. The next topic we'll discuss is Office 365 groups. Office 365 groups is a collaboration space developed by the Office team. This has now been integrated with CRM. So when you're working with CRM and you are on the sales team and you're working on an opportunity, but you need to include other people from the company, maybe from the legal department, the finance team, and these users do not have CRM licenses. So how would you collaborate documents with them? The solution is use Office 365 groups. You can create a group, Office 365 group for that opportunity, and you can do all the collaboration in that group space, which can include sharing of the documents, sharing the conversations, sharing meetings, and much more. One point to note here is that no data is stored in CRM, but actually it is stored in Office space. In CRM, the data is just integrated and shown. Okay, so the next feature we would like to discuss is the document generation feature. I think at some point of time, most of you would have used the mail merge feature, or at least tried to use this to generate documents. I'm saying try to because we know that the number of clicks involved in creating a document using mail merge is too high. Maybe around 15 to 20. Thus, it's a very cumbersome process. Microsoft CRM in 2016 is coming up with a new document generation process. This is using Word templates. So you can create a Word template with static text, and you can also have the fields from CRM entities put like a placeholder in those documents. So when you are generating the document, the new document that is produced will be the static text along with values taken from the CRM. So what you can see here, this is the account form. In the account form, there is a new button in the ribbon that shows up called as document templates. These are all the templates which you or any user can go and add to the document template section. Once they have been added, it will show up with the next in the entity. So now here, what you do is you select maybe demo template, and it would create a Word document with the data merged from the account record. There are a few points to note regarding this feature. This is at this point a little basic. When you compare it with mail merge, there are some gaps. For example, you can't have a logic for hiding or displaying of the text in the document based on certain conditions. Another point to note here is that you can only generate Word documents. Now let me show you one more way of generating documents in CRM. This is using the IOTab one-click PDF solution. So before I get into the details of how you can use this solution, please could you let me know which version of CRM you're using currently? I just sent across a survey. Okay, great. I can see that 50% of you are using online and 50% still using on-premise. Okay. Now getting back to rated, I click on the export button. I'll select the PDF option, and you can see at the bottom the PDF of this account overview report has been saved. Now, suppose I wanted to email this PDF to a customer. Then the next step for me would be to create a new email activity, upload this PDF, fill in the details, and send it to customer. So the overall steps involved in generating this PDF and sending in an email came to around 15 to 17. Now, what if you use an IOTab PDF, IOTab one-click solution? So we come here. I click on one-click PDF button. This will open a pop-up. The report is here. The action is attached to email. Other options are download locally or save to notes. The file formats are PDF, Excel, and Word. I come and click generate. So since I have set action as attached to email, it would automatically generate an email, create an email, attach the PDF of the report in this as an attachment, and it would fill in the two. So all this is configurable. You can automatically populate the two with the primary contact of this account. You can also populate this email body using an email template. Now, all of these options are available in the configuration section. Let me just open the one-click PDF configuration section. So here you can see that I am selecting the entity, report, the action, the file format, and even I can select the email template that I want. Once I save this record, there is an action ID that is generated. Now we have given an option that in this account form that you see, any administrator can come and add a button, and he just has to put the action ID as a parameter when he is adding the button. You can add as many buttons as you want. Now when I click this button, in one click, all these steps that we did, that opening up the, running the report, opening up that report viewer, saving as a PDF, uploading it to an email, all these steps are automated, and in one click you get this email form. This is automatically populated by this account PDF. So this is basically one click PDF solution is a productivity solution. You can save the number of clicks and get everything in one click. Now let me move on to the next topic for 2016 feature, which is the knowledge management. Now presently we have KB articles in CRM, which is available only for case entity. Microsoft in 2016 release is coming up with something known as knowledge management capability. This will be inbuilt and it will be available across all entities in CRM. The idea is basically to create a global content model which can act as a single source of knowledge for the entire organization. One point to note here is that this knowledge management is different than the Parachute KB article. The features of knowledge management can be divided into three parts. The first one is in regards to the content. So CRM is providing a very advanced editor. What you see is what you get experience. You can embed images, videos. The point to note here is that you still need to host images and videos in some third party. In regards to lifecycle features, version management capabilities have been added. You would note that there is no version management capability in KB articles. And then you can have configure your own business processes. So the process to create a knowledge base article, approve it, publish it, all of this business process is configurable. In regards to consumption features, there is a new search widget that has been given. This can be added to any entity form. And then in regards to the usage, the system captures the number of times the article has been viewed for analytics purpose. This is the screenshot of how it would look like. Now I've enabled knowledge management for the product entity, and in the form I've also added the search widget for knowledge management. So I've searched for credit card and it shows me this credit card knowledge article. Now let's move on to the next feature, which is basically the search has been enhanced in 2016. Now we know how important the search function for any product is. The usability of any application can be greatly impacted by your ability to search for what you're looking for. Let's talk about what search we have presently. Today's search is basically like quick find, where you have already configured the quick find columns, and when you search for any field, it searches for those columns that you have already configured earlier. It is basically a very rudimentary comparison to the fields and mostly gets you what you're looking for. And if you don't get the results, then you always have an option of using the advanced find, where you can add more search queries. In the last two releases, Microsoft has also added this multi-entity search feature. So you have different set of results, and basically it's searching parallelly across multiple entities. In fall release, Microsoft also added full text index-based search. However, that was only for on-premise. Now let's see what we have for 2016. In 2016, we have something called as relevant search. So you type in the text, it will go out and compare to any field in each entity, and it will essentially look for a match to any word that you have typed in. Before, every word you typed in, it had to be found in a particular field. Now any word you type in, found in any field, in any entity, it will return a match. The better the match, the higher the order of relevance in the UI, and that is why it is called as relevant search. There are a whole lot of services that have to be started in backend to enable this searching for the entities that you have configured for search. In this example, somebody is searching for COR, and the results are displayed in a single list. They are ordered by relevance, and the relevance is based on how close the search keyword matched with actual row in CRM. Now let's discuss about the mobile enhancements. Microsoft is trying to bring all the capabilities from web client to mobile devices slowly and steadily. And in this release, Microsoft has added at least 6 to 7 enhancements when it comes to mobile applications. I will go through top 3 enhancements. On mobile devices, Microsoft has enabled some document management. So in tablet and phone, when you're viewing a record, there would be a new tile that shows up, which is the document tile. And if you tap into this tile, it would show you a view of all the documents. This is very similar to the view that you had when you're using web page. So this is basically a consolidated view of your documents from OneDrive, SharePoint, and if you have Office 365 group documents, those also show up here. The next feature for mobile is the deep linking feature. Deep linking is a productivity feature, basically improving your mobile experience. So using deep linking, you can easily share links in email for a specific CRM record or a CRM view or dashboard. And the user, when he clicks on that record, he would directly navigate to that. This was possible in web, but it was not possible earlier in tablets. So this is basically helping you get in and out faster. The next one has been the most asked. This is the mobile offline capability. This is basically providing you the ability to work even when there is an interruption in connectivity. Users will be able to create, change, delete records even when they are offline. There are some restrictions in regarding to licensing too. We will get into those details when we are doing a deep dive session on these topics. The last module here is the voice of the customers, the survey module. The survey module, it can be the features can be divided into three parts. The first one is basically it is providing an in-app designer to build the surveys from right within CRM. The second set of features is about mobile friendliness. So basically all the surveys that you generate, they are mobile friendly. It has an adaptive UI. The content automatically reflows. Also, all the controls are touch friendly. This means that regardless of what your customer tablet, they will be able to see the best possible experience based on the screen size. And the best part of all is that all this information, the survey data comes back into CRM, and it can be linked to relevant records like accounts, contacts, cases. This is basically how you configure when taking a survey. Now let's discuss some of the scenarios where the survey could be useful. Service management area, the surveys are very common. This is like you are taking a survey requesting feedback either during or after the support call. In case of sales, it is common for account managers to have a periodic check with their customers every quarter, just to make sure that the customers are satisfied with the service and potentially identify opportunities for upsell and cross-sell. It is also useful for marketers. So basically, if they want to test new products, new offerings, you could also create focus groups and you could send targeted surveys to get feedback. And finally, the great part of it is analyzing feedback. So once you get the response, you can view individual responses, or you could view responses at an aggregate level to identify the gaps and deliver insight in service, product, or offerings. We are planning to have deep dive sessions in follow-up webinars and can go through a detailed demo for each of these features. We would like to know what features you would be interested in, and we could probably in the next webinar have a deep dive into that feature, probably show you a full-fledged demo. So I'm just sending across a survey. If you could let us know which feature interests you, and we could show you a demo. A common example could be like if you're interested in the survey module, we could show how you could create a service feedback survey.
Enhanced searching experience, mobile enhancements, and voice of the customer with surveys. The features that we covered, we included a handout at the bottom of your dashboard, which outlines the full features and functionality available with CRM 2016. Please look at the bottom of your GoToWebinar dashboard under handouts and be sure to download the PDF that's available to you today. So, what are the next steps for your organization? Do you have a roadmap in place? Have you created an upgrade plan? Do you have the team in place to assist and execute your upgrade? I want you to leverage our team and our expertise to successfully complete these tasks. For a limited time until the 17th of December, for those attending today's presentation, our team will provide complimentary assistance with not just planning and executing your CRM 2016 upgrade, but will provide you with key items in advance, including a trial, access to a preview of the CRM 2016 environment, which we internally have today, and we'll conduct an impact assessment to identify your transition path to CRM 2016 and any gaps you may have. For all those who are interested, please contact Sumit and I, as our contact information will be available at the end of the presentation. Again, the software is limited and it only lasts for 30 days. And concluding our presentation before we open up for a Q&A session, we want you to stay tuned to and register for the following events that we have coming up. So in supplementing today's session, we're conducting a lunch and learn in December 10th at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time. Again, lunch and learn session to supplement everything you've seen today and to demonstrate at what you've seen today on December 10th. It will be hosted on-site at the Microsoft Reston office, and it will also be broadcasted through a GoToWebinar. Invitations will be sent today, so for those who are attending, please register early because sitting is limited. We'll follow that by launching our CRM chapter in February 2016, where lunch will also be provided. So additional details will follow as we get closer to the date. Remember to check out our website, our blogs, and all of our social media pages for additional information. So what you've just seen today is going to be demonstrated one more time, December 10th, 2015. At this time, I'll open it up for our Q&A session as we have a few questions coming in. And to me, the first question I see here is, when would you use OneDrive versus using SharePoint for document collaboration?
SharePoint and OneDrive are for different purposes. So when you want to share the documents and work collaboratively with others who have a CRM and SharePoint license, then you would use the SharePoint approach. However, if you have a personal document that is basically this is because the documents in OneDrive, you have a 1 terabyte space available, whereas SharePoint space, the storage space is expensive compared to this. Also, as I mentioned earlier, you could also use the Office 365 groups if it's a non-CRM, if you want to collaborate with non-CRM users.
Excellent. And the next question I have here, are there separate licensing requirements for the survey module?
Yes. To create the survey using the survey designer, you need to have an enterprise license. But if you want to access the survey data, that can be done even using the professional license. Other than this, there is one more requirement. You need to have an Azure subscription. So Microsoft is going to provide you with all the power. The subscription has to be yours.
Excellent. Thank you, Sumit. The next question is in regards to the notes and the search index. Will the new 2016 search also index the notes description?
Yes, the notes will also be indexed. But a point to note here is that the documents and attachments that you have in CRM, those will not be indexed. As per Microsoft team, in the future.
Okay, excellent. And we have one more question. Does the relevant search work with custom entities?
Yes, the relevant search works with custom entities also. Basically, there is a configuration section provided where you have to select which entities you want the indexing to happen. So you can even select a custom entity.
Excellent. At this point, those are all the questions that I see here. Should you have any more questions, should you desire a one-on-one in-depth session for all of the features that you've viewed here today, please contact myself and or Sumit Balani. Our contact information is listed here. And remember to follow us on our social media pages for updates related to CRM 2016, including Upper and Facebook. And last but not least, we hope to see you at the events that we've mentioned here today. And please take advantage of the offerings that we presented you with. Again, thank you so much for the time that you've taken out of your schedules, and we appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.